All right, so day 2 of this 100-day challenge. I want to kind of just chat about what this challenge might look like if you tune in for the next 100 days. As I mentioned in our first video, we'll be documenting our store expansion. However, there may not be always some updates on that end. And essentially, we hope to have the majority of the expansion done sometime next month in October. So there will be other smaller projects that we'll need to finish. So I want to kind of share with you what the expansion looks like in 4 different phases. So I shared this with our staff, and it's how I think, or what makes the most sense for doing this expansion and to give you an idea of what you can expect along the journey. So phase 1 is kind of the pre-planning and getting things ready. That involves things like acquiring retail fixtures, getting some new tables and chairs, designing the store layout, looking across or along our store, and this might be a video in the future, is like, what are some things we wish we would have done when we first opened? A good example is our receiving area, or just having a back office. We don't have a back office, so everything is kind of out in the open if we get an order. So having a receiving station that we can kind of unbox an order and then put it immediately on the shelves to be able to go out. So that's just one small thing that we will look at to change as we expand. So this is part of the pre-planning, looking at some things that we are going to change. And then talking to the contractor, budgeting, things like that. So that's been going on for the past, I want to say, 3-4 weeks now. We heard about the store. We're going to miss them next door, the tattoo shop. It's where I got my first tattoo about 3 years ago. So we heard that they are moving out in the beginning of October. So we've been planning a bit. I was holding off on sharing any announcements until we finalized some things with the landlord and made sure that we can make this work, and it looks all good. So the next phase after pre-planning is the big demo and I guess expansion. And that's knocking down the wall and creating a uniform look between the 2 units. What's really cool is the tattoo shop did a really excellent job when they moved in and designing their space. So luckily we don't have a lot of work in the actual unit, but the majority of the work is going to be in knocking down the walls and making the floor look uniform and the ceilings look uniform, because they don't have a drop ceiling in their space. And the plan for now, again, we're still kind of planning, and things may change because we may run into something like, oh my gosh, we didn't think about that. There's no way we can actually do it this way. But the plan for now is to have the retail space fully in our current unit, and then our play space area in the new unit. So again, it looks really nice in there, and I think it's going to feel very comfortable. They don't have these harsh fluorescent lightings. They're more I don't know what the style of the lights are in there, but they're kind of less harsh light, a bit more comfortable feeling. So that's going to be our play area. And then phase 2 again was the demo and making the space look uniform. Phase 3 is probably going to be one of the longer phases, and that's getting the space ready. So that's assembling the tables, moving the retail units around, because we're going to lose that wall. So we got to move the slat wall somewhere. We got to move the bookcase that's over there. See if I can show you over here so you can see, moving that bookcase, moving the fridge, all that good stuff. Taking all these decorations down and adding them to the play space over there. Things like that. So that's phase 3. A lot of small to medium-sized projects that will take a couple days per project, or maybe we can do a couple in a day, but a lot of those smaller medium-sized projects. And then phase 4 is the ongoing phase that will be happening probably towards mid-November into December, is really growing into that space. So it takes some time to adjust to the new space and figure out what works and make some changes and updating processes in the store. So a lot of those are going to be, I want to say I don't want to say harsher changes, but changes that are going to take some time to adjust to. And it's going to be an ongoing thing that may be 3 to 6 months after the expansion. So if you join us for the next 100 days, I'm going to share my thoughts on what we're working on for the day. However, there's going to be maybe some slower days with expansion, and I'll share some thoughts on just the tabletop hobby in general, or the market, some behind the scenes looks. One thing that I do on another channel with LFGCon is a convention we run, and we do a lot of behind the scenes looks. So if you want to check out that, I'll try to remember to link it here. These vlogs, again, the style, going to the style, is going to be very just point and shoot and record and upload, because again, there's a lot going on top of the expansion and all the phases that I mentioned. We still have to run the store. So there's a lot going on and not a whole lot of time to edit, but I do want to be better about our social media channels. So I'm trying to take on this 100-day challenge to kind of make our social media a big pillar of what we do day to day. So if there's anything you want to hear from us over this 100-day challenge, or if you have any questions, leave a comment below. Please like and subscribe as the YouTube folks share and say, and we'll see you tomorrow.